Good morning, students. Standard 8 Social Science History Lesson 4 People's Revolt. Learning objectives of the People's Revolt lesson. To know the Palayakarar polygar system in Tamil Nadu. To understand the role of Pulithevar and Kattabomman in the anti-British uprising. To know about the South Indian Rebellion. To know the causes and effects of Vellur Muttini. And to understand the causes and impacts of revolt of 1857. Introduction. The establishment of political and economic dominance by the British over many parts of India after the Battle of Plassey in 1757 disrupted the political, social and economic order of the country. This led to the devastating many landlords and chieftains of their power and estates. So naturally many of them revolted against the British. The English assumed the right of collecting the annual tribute from the Palaykarars. The first resistance to the British was offered by the Pulithevar. Resistance, opposition, and since then there had been rebellions by Palayakarar such as the Veerapandiya Kattapomman, Oomathurai, Marudhu brothers and Dheeran Chinnamalai. Origin of the Palayam. So the Vijayanagar rulers appointed Nayaks in their provinces. The Nayak of Madurai in turn appointed Palayakarar. Vishwanatha became the Nayak of Madurai in 1529. So Vishwanatha became the Nayak of Madurai in 1529. He noticed that he could not control the chieftain who wanted more powers in their provinces. So, with the consultation of his minister, Ariyanatha Mudaliyar, Vishwanatha instituted Palayakarar system in 1529. The whole country was divided into 72 Palayams and each one was put under a Palayakarar. So, Palayakarar was the holder of a territory or a Palayam. So, these Palayams were held in military tenure and extended their full cooperation to be need of the Nayaks. So the Palayakarars collected taxes of which 1/3 was given to the Nayak of Madurai, another 1/3 for the expenditure of the army and rest was kept for themselves. Now the Palayakarar protected the country with the help of their army. Then early revolts of South India. So revolt of the Palayakarar. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the Palayakarars played a vital role in the politics of Tamil Nadu. So they regarded themselves as independent. Among the Palayakarars, there were two blocks, namely the eastern and the western blocks. The eastern Palayam, where the Nayaks ruled under the control of Kattabomman, and the western Palayams where the Maravas ruled under the control of Pulithevar. These two Palayakarars refused to pay the kist, tribute, tax, Tamil வந்து சொல்லும்போது வரி, to the English and rebelled. The whole country, that is Tamil Nadu, divided into 72 Palayams. So each territory or Palayam was under the control of Palayakarar. Eastern Palayam and the Western Palayam. Here Eastern Palayam was controlled by the Kattabomman and Western Palayam was controlled by the Pulithevar. The early struggle between the Palayakarars and the East India Company had a strong political dimension. By the Carnatic Treaty of 1792, consolidated the English power over the Palayakarars. The English got the right to collect taxes. The result was the outbreak of the revolt of Palayakarars. Pulitevar. Pulitevar was a pioneer in Tamil Nadu to protest against the English rule in India. He was a Palekarar of the Nerkattum Seval near Tirunelveli. During his tenure, he refused to pay the tribute neither to Muhammad Ali, the Nawab of Arcot, nor to English. So further, he started opposing them. Hence, the forces of the Nawab of Arcot and the English attacked Pulitevar. But the combined forces were defeated by Pulitevar at Tirunelveli. Pulitevar was the first Indian king to have fought and defeated the British in India. After this victory, Pulitevar attempted to form a league of the Palekaras to oppose the British and the Nawabs. So Pulitevar collected all the Palekaras. They made an organization to oppose the English and the Nawab. In 1759, Nerkattum Seval was attacked by the forces of Nawab of Arcot under the leadership of Yusuf Khan. Pulitevar was defeated at Anandanallur and the Nawab's forces captured Nerkattum Seval in 1761. Then Pulitevar, who lived in exile, recaptured Nerkattum Seval in 1764. Later, he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Then Pulitevar escaped and died in exile without fulfilling his purpose, although his courageous trail of a struggle for independence in the history of South India. Next we will see about the Veerapandiya Kattapomman. The ancestor of Kattapomman belonged to the Andhra. They migrated to Tamil country during the 11th century. As a feudatory under Pandyas, Jagaveera Pandiya Kattapomman ruled Veerapandiyapuram. Panjalankuruchi was its capital. So he later became a Palegar during the rule of Nayaks. So Kattapomman father Jagaveera Pandiyan Kattapomman ruled Veerapandiyapuram. Okay, Panjalankuruchi was its capital. So he later became a Paligar during the rule of Nayaks. He was succeeded by his son Veerapandiya Kattapomman. His wife was Jakkammal and his brothers were Oomathurai and Sevathaiya. So Veerapandiya Kattapomman's brothers were Oomathurai and Sevathaiya. Nawab of Arcot. After the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire, the Mughals established their supremacy in the south. The Nawabs acted as their representatives in Karnataka. Panjalankuruchi Palayam was acted as an ally to the Nawab of Arcot. So hence it paid tribute to the Nawabs. But in 1792, the political condition had completely changed. Based on the Carnatic Treaty of 1792, the company gained the right to collect taxes from Panjalankuruchi. The collection of tribute was the main cause for the rivalry between the English and Kattapomman. Kattapomman met Jackson. In 1798, Colin Jackson, the collector of Ramanathapuram, wrote letters to Kattapomman asking him to pay the tribute arrears. But Kattapomman replied that he was not in a position to remit the tribute due to the famine in the country. Famina Varachi. So Colin Jackson got angry and decided to send an expedition to punish Kattapomman. However, the Madras government directed the collector to summon the Palayakarar at Ramanathapuram and hold a discussion. In 1798, Kattapomman and his minister Sivasubramaniam met the collector at Ramanathapuram. Upon a verification of accounts, Colin Jackson was convinced that Kattapomman had cleared most of the arrears, leaving only 1080 pagodas. Pagodas that was during that period it was denoted as money as balance. During this interview, Kattapomman and his minister Sivasubramaniam had to stand before the arrogant collector for 3 hours. The collector insulted them and tried to arrest Kattapomman and his minister. Kattapomman tried to escape with his minister, Oomathurai suddenly entered the fort with his men and helped the Kattabomman to escape from the fort. Oomathurai was a brother of Kattabomman. But unfortunately, Sivasubramaniam was taken as prisoner. Then Edward Clive and Kattabomman. After his return to Panjalanguruchi, Kattabomman wrote a letter to the Madras Council narrating the behavior of the collector Colin Jackson. Edward Clive, the governor of Madras Council, ordered Kattabomman to surrender. The Madras Council directed Kattabomman to appear before a committee. Meanwhile, Edward Clive dismissed the collector for his misbehavior and released Sivasubramaniam, minister of Kattabomman. Then Kattabomman appeared before the committee and found Kattabomman was not guilty. Yes, sir, Lusington was appointed collector in the palace of Colin Jackson, who was eventually dismissed from service. The Confederacy of Palaikarars. During the time, Marudhu Bandiyan of Sivaganga formed the South Indian Confederacy of rebels against the British, along with the neighbouring Palaikarars. This confederacy declared a proclamation which came to be known as Tiruchirappalli Proclamation. Kattabomman was interested in this confederacy. He tried to establish his influence over Sivagiri, who refused to join with alliance of the rebels. So Kattabomman advanced towards Sivagiri. But the Palaikarar of Sivagiri was a tributary to the company. He was loyal to the company, so he was given tributary to the company. So the company considered the expedition of Kattabomman as a challenge to their authority. So the company ordered the army to march to Panjalanguruchi. Fall of Panjalanguruchi. So Major Bannerman moved his army to Panjalanguruchi on 5th September. They cut all the communications to the fort. So in a clash at Kallarpatti, Sivasubramaniam was taken as a prisoner. His minister, the Kattabomman minister, was taken as a prisoner. Then Kattabomman escaped to Pudukottai. Then Vijaya Raghunatha Tondaiman, Raja of Pudukottai, captured Kattabomman from the jungles of Kalapur and handed over the company. After the fall of Panjalanguruchi, Bannerman brought the prisoners to an assembly of the Palayakarars and after trial sentenced them to death. Sivasubramania was executed at Nagalapuram. On the 16th October, Veerapandiya Kattabomman was tried before an assembly of Palayakarar summoned at Kayathar. On 17th October 1799, Kattabomman was hanged at Kayathar. Kattabomman's heroic deeds were the subject of many folk ballads which kept his memory alive among the people. Now see the short video from the Diksha.
Veerapandiya Kattabomman. Do you know about the legend who faced a great fall due to betrayal? Veerapandiya Kattabomman was born on January 3rd in the year 1760 to Arumugathammal and Thikku Vijaya Kattabomman at Panjalanguruchi. His parents named him as Veerapandiyan. On 2nd February 1790, he became the Palayakarar at the age of 30. In the beginning, Palayakarars paid the tribute to the Mughals. In 1792, there was a Carnatic treaty between the Mughals and the English. According to this treaty, the English got the right to collect the taxes. The result was the outbreak of revolt of Palayakarars. Kattabomman met Jackson. In 1798, Colin Jackson, the collector of Ramanathapuram, wrote letters to Kattabomman asking him to pay the tribute arrears. But Kattabomman replied that he was not in a position to remit the tribute due to the poverty in the country. Colin Jackson got angry and ordered to meet him immediately. In 1798, Kattabomman and his minister Sivasubramaniam met the collector at Ramanathapuram. Upon a verification of accounts, Colin Jackson was convinced and knew that Kattabomman had cleared most of the arrears, leaving only 1,080 pagodas as balance. The pictures which you are seeing now are the pagoda coins which were used during the reign of Kattabomman. The collector insulted them and tried to arrest Kattabomman and his minister. Umadurai suddenly entered the fort with his men and helped Kattabomman to escape. But after his return to Panchalakurichi, Kattabomman wrote a letter to Madras Council. Edward Clive, the governor of Madras Council, ordered Kattabomman to surrender. Edward Clive dismissed the collector for his misbehavior. S.R. Lusington was appointed as the collector in the place of Colin Jackson. Collector Lusington ordered Kattabomman to pay the balance tax, but he refused to pay the tax. Major Bannerman moved his army to Panchalakurichi on 5th September. Siva Subramaniam was taken as a prisoner. Kattabomman escaped to Pudukottai. Vijay Raghunatha Tondaiman, Raja of Pudukottai, captured Kattabomman from the jungle of Kalapur and handed over to the company. On 17th October 1799, Kattabomman was hanged at the fort of Kayathar. To honor the bravery of Kattabomman, in the year 1999, the central government of India had released a stamp depicting the image of Kattabomman.
This video highlighted the Veerapandiya Kattabomman braveness. Okay children, next class we will see about the remaining part.